Here live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. Thank you for joining. Thank you. What a trip to the UK. We're just getting the YouTube sorted out as well. We can go live and the Instagram. You know what? I'm just gonna be old school and just hold it. Why not? Because otherwise, it's taking too long to set up. We need to get another stand. The situation. So we're good. Let's go. We're live and recording. We're live on Instagram and we're live on YouTube as well as Facebook Live. Right after a flight from London, been intense getting back here, readjusting to the flow, and yeah, we appreciate it. The fact that you guys take time out to join us. Wow, what an amazing trip. What an amazing opportunity to be proactive, to be not reactive. You know, I'm working on dealing with the current setup at home in a frat in the Holy Land. It's still hot. It's hot in London. Whoa. What was going on there? So yeah, right now, if you on Instagram, you can see that I'm taking this is my nephew's brand name for his bar mitzvah, Zach. Dear uncle and family, you are one of the best uncles, even better than the other uncle. I'm just joking. So yeah, that's my bookmark for today's class. We're learning from Rabbi Yaakov Klein. I had the opportunity to be by him Shabbos, as well as obviously by my family for the bar mitzvah of Zach, and also my daughter's bat mitzvah. We took it to London so we could time it all in one go. Pretty cool. I want to learn a little bit about this beautiful concept of being proactive. The YouTube's been a bit difficult for me right now. The stand is not working, so I do apologize. And yeah, you guys are the best. You join me, take this seriously, you learn, you grow. Look at that, gewaldic. It's like moving. Can't wait to get back in person because it's always easier. I don't have to worry about these cameras. Okay, amazing. Just one more. Yeah, we good now. Okay, thank you everybody again. We're going to start learning about being proactive. We're going to go to page 164 in the book of The Story of Our Lives by Yaakov Klein. Check it out. It's the name of the book. It's based on an epic quest for the soul of our tradition. So that fits United Souls. It's an in-depth elucidation of the Lost Princess, a tale by Rabbi Nachman Breslov. And mentioning before in the YouTube live feed that, you know, I would love to be in Uman this year, but right now it just doesn't look like it. I haven't booked yet, and it's only 2 days away, and it's a long mission to get there. So unless a miracle happens, I'm going to be in a frat by Shirat David, by Rosh Katz, and with my family. It's not such a sad solution, you know. Spending time with family is pretty cool and important and needed, especially in our generation. So we're not going to cry. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to be happy. So let's hear. One of the foundations, says Rabbi Yaakov Klein, in the name of Rav Kook, tshuva in the mind of a person is recognition of culpability for his actions, which is an extension of one's faith and ability to choose freely. This is the content of the video confession composition, which is so bound with the mitzvah of tshuva. A person admits there is nothing and nobody else to blame for his sins, and affects but himself alone or herself. The idea of choosing, being proactive and choosing, is a very, very important concept. All of us need to work on that reality that we need to take responsibility and realize the choice is ours. Let's hear what Rabbi Yaakov Klein says. When one comes to a place in life when he feels that he has no longer the ability to choose freely, make his own decisions, he loses control and forfeits his place in this world. Such a person cannot enjoy a sense of stability and identity. His beholden force to overpower him. Instead of choosing a path for himself and standing strong to his principles, he is whatever those powers dictate to him or her that he is or her is. So the idea of free choice, well, I'm adding a few little side words here, but the point is all of us need to realize that being proactive is, as someone said in the B'nai Akiva class, is us choosing, thinking, using our brain. And we're going to carry on. Let's carry on. That's really important. Stephen Covey was the one who set out these 7 habits that were basing the 10 habits. And we're going to go into this new year. Happy New Year. Happy. We're going to smile. We're going to enjoy. We're going to get the most amazing infrastructure. You watch. It's going to happen this year. It's going to be amazing. The marketing's going to, everything's going to take off. Right now, a little bit filled with struggles, you know. but then Kol Etchalas Kashas, every new beginning is filled with difficulty. So I'm actually enjoying this infrastructure challenge, standing here videoing myself. I think it's pretty going to be a good reminder when I get down the road and I have the team and the studio and everything the way it should be. But in truth, there is merely an illusion, as one of the basic definitions of humanity's freedom or choice remains ever present, undeniable. I like that word, undeniable. That's one of Rogan's favorite words. You have to become undeniable to the point where no one can deny your greatness. No one can deny your soul's greatness. That's the addition I down onto Rogan. Everybody has these amazing souls. There was a prayer that Yaakov Klein, I don't have it right now, but downstairs, based on Rabbi Nachman, Kuti Maran, Rabbi Nachman Fegan, and Simcha, the idea, the concept of the soul, how big a soul is, how much blessing and energy a soul has, and how special it is, and how we shouldn't underestimate it. The soul is awesome, and it can do tremendous empowerment for each person if they have more of awareness of this. So no matter how strong the one may feel, then a negative cycle, behavior, destructive habit influences decision, or his uncontrollable propensity towards certain actions, his freedom of choice, as difficult it may be to activate, remains forever intact. So that's a really important concept. I know what's going on Instagram, poor connectivity. So we have to reconnect, yeah? We have to realize that we have choice. We have that choice. It's not destiny or destined in a way that we are out of control. We can choose what we do with our time. Amazing. Imagine this, our generation, the biggest Baal Bachira. We have the biggest choice ever in history. What to do with our time. Every minute. Yeah. Should I watch something like that's going to bring growth and help me become closer to Hashem and to my purpose, my mission in this world? Or am I going to use the time to just waste on just flicking and addictions, just the online experience with just endless binging on Netflix, these series and stuff like that? Or am I going to try learn something? Am I going to empower myself to be a better father, a better, mother, a better Avinu Malkeinu? Right now, Erev Yom Tov, we just had a beautiful Shir Shlomo Katz. The importance of Avinu Malkeinu, of understanding our Father, our King, that we have a relationship with a Father who wants, based on Rav Asher Weiss Shlita, the idea of a Father that wants to just give us endless, endless good. And then we have a King who's able to do that good. That's awesome. So we're tuning into both aspects. We have a loving Father that constantly wants to give everything that we really need or want, and then a King who's able to actualize it. And it's up to us to crown the King, to bring that into reality for the new year. For 2 days, 48 hours, Moyach, Shala Olalei, the brain, 48 Gematria, Moyach, brain. It's a day of brain, of intensity, bringing down those Machshava Tova, the Sof Masa Machshava Tchila, the first thought of the new year. Yeah, Rosh Mekedem, the Sukkah, Sof Masa Machshava Tchila, that beginning, the Rosh Mekedem, the Sukkah that we sing in the Chadodim, we're going to sing it this year. Shabbos Kodesh being together, Rosh Hashanah, the idea that Shabbat, the beginning begins of Shabbat, the beginning begins with disconnect to reconnect. For us to choose an opportunity, a day of soul, to begin the year with soul, and then to have the shofar remind us, blow up. We mentioned this in previous classes here. The idea, the power of being practiced and having the soul coming out through the shofar blast, spiritualizing our life, spiritualizing our being, internalizing that we're from the Kisei HaKavod, that we're from the highest realms. And our soul has power to guide us through the mark, through the being sholet, being ruling over all the other inclinations. And that comes with choice. Our generation never had such a power of choice. We can choose every second to either do a higher purpose, our mission, or not. And it's constantly tested every moment, every second, every millisecond. To the smallest moment of time, there's choice. And it's up to us to realize we have that power. It's never taken away. It's always there, even if we don't always feel it. But that's what he's saying. It remains forever intact. So abiding is this ability to choose freely, that even those helpless victims throughout history, they robbed of the ability to act as they please, found their humanity preserved, the ability to choose how to react emotionally to the injustice cast upon them. Come what may, the human spirit is free, and it's in this glorious freedom that man may find his place in the world, or woman, yeah, or all of humanity. His identity, the terra firma upon which to build something of true meaning. In the words of Rabbi Nosson and Nimirov, I heard that someone once asked him, Rabbi Nachman, yeah, we're talking about Rosh Hashanah, we need to connect to the Rebbe of Rosh Hashanah, Rabbi Nachman. How is one to understand free choice? The Rebbe answered him with simplicity. Choice is in the hand of man or woman. Funny enough, someone asked me, do I want to start learning Breast of Swarm and a frat? I was like, yeah, let's learn, let's do it. So here we are. Yeah, choice is in the hand of man. If he wants, he acts. If he or she does not want, he or she does not act. I recorded this for it's very necessary. For there are many people who are extremely confused in this matter since they are accustomed to acting in certain ways from a very young age. And it therefore appears to them if they have lost the ability to choose and that they can no longer change their ways. But in truth, this is not so. Like, ask anyone in rehab, anyone who's dealing with addiction. Yeah, if they didn't believe in this concept of choice, they would have, either be dead or, forever involved in this, hell kind of experience. So the way out, the freedom is the power of choice, the power of a higher force, the power to rise above the reality that you seem to be in. Like even I was just having like on YouTube, I'm going to edit it, but this whole technical moment, yeah. So for initially, however long it's take till it processes, you're going to see this whole crazy moment. So the point is that I could have just turned it off, like, but I already put the link everywhere. So you know what? I'm at a point. I'm not working for anyone. This is my platform. I'm going to be real. We're going to edit it, but we're going to leave it for the meanwhile. And then one day, it's going to just get better and better because I'm going to find the investment. I'm going to build the investment. I'm going to build the ability to build the most awesome content because the panemius, the inner level is there. Yeah, we have it within. My potential is there. My greatness is there. I just got to bring it out now in the real time in a universal. I mean, I felt like when I was in London, being with all my family, friends, my brother's friends, having a reunion. That's the cover photo for the YouTube and everything. The idea of being with my friends 25 years or longer. I mean, some of them I've known since I was like 11 years old. And I mean, some of my brother's friends I knew since I was a little baby boy because they went to school with my brothers in, senior school, the next school, whatever you call it, in the rest of the world, with all the different higher level grades. So I was the little brother who was always there when they came around to party at my parents' house because that was often the address, especially when my parents went away. So I was there and I met them and I connected with them. They were like an influence on me as a kid in that world. And then to reconnect with them here and have the ability to feel how great relationships are and how greatly appreciated I was by coming back to London, and people really appreciated me and I felt that love. I felt that reminder. And I came back here to show David and people appreciate that I returned. As I said, I got a phone call. Someone was so happy I came and wants to learn with me now on a weekly level. So the opportunity to feel appreciated, to feel needed. And I spoke at the JLE Jewish Learning Exchange in London, and that's all part of a process, hopefully, to bring my uncle, who I got to meet as well. Excuse me, Harvey Goss, who was just honored in the Hall of Fame, Music Hall of Fame, or Music Lane of Fame, I think it's called, in Camden. My father as well was there, and I was able to like see that whole light that my family had brought into the world, and see all the friends and all the energy, and bring it together with my daughter, who's bat mitzvah, and to share simchas, and you start to realize that how great the soul is, and not like we had where during Corona, when my son was bat mitzvah, and you couldn't have hardly any family there. Never ever again should we allow ourselves. It's something important to advertise. Just take a look at Rogan's most recent episodes of like the last three or so episodes, and he's talking against what the current new push to get Corona going. Excuse me, and he discusses it beautifully in a way that really should undo the government's power and everyone else's ability to allow that power to mandate any more mask things or mandate the vaccine or mandate any lockdowns, God forbid. These are all things that should never happen. And everyone this new year, Rosh Hashanah, should pray. I'm asking all of you, be proactive and choose the truth that we should never go through such a thing again. It did not help reduce the pain or the deaths. All it did was create mental health issues and a lot of other problems. I'm not saying there wasn't some benefit, maybe there was some minimal benefit, but none of it clearly proven and definitely not on a level enough to allow such government control ever again, especially in this situation where all I've heard from the people I know who have it currently, the supposed corona return, is that it's a flu. So a flu, we do not lock people in homes, we do not mask up, we do not, that's just not acceptable. So everyone, if people want to do that kind of stuff, gesund to hate, but not to enforce it on others. That's where I'm not agreeable this time. Like, I'm saying this publicly. I never get political, and this isn't political. This is just for safety, for excuse me, for humanity's well-being. We can't let the governments or any medical health organizations force us into such a situation ever again. And that's like a modern day challenge that we're having, to choose to voice our opinion and not be scared of the ramifications, because why should we be scared of putting out the truth and the facts? As I said, check out Rogan's last few episodes. Check out anyone who's out there who's got any intelligence and logic and rationalist and based on science, real science, not corrupt science where they make millions out of you and have all kinds of dodgy deals. People that actually have no agenda and actually just want to help humanity, that kind of science. So that science, and it does exist. You go there and it's clear masks don't help, yeah, especially the ones we have, and the vaccination is very unclear to enforce it on people, and also the health ramifications that it causes, the lockdowns and the vaccinations and the masks even to cover up the ponim, the face of a yid. So Shalom Rabbi, Shavua Tov. Yes, we are near the climax of the week already. I can't believe 2 days from now we'll be at Rosh Hashanah, and we will be in another realm. So just asking you to pray. This is time of Slicha, time of Eitz Ratzon, time to clean off what was. So this is time to clean off this nonsense out there as well. Let's hear what Dr. Frank said. Oh, 1 minute, we're just reading from Nachman. Let's read it again because it's important. He says, understand these words very well, the idea of choice. We have choice. We can change our ways. Dr. Viktor Frankl wrote, was a wonderful, famous psychiatrist who survived the Holocaust and used his experiences. And remember, Tony Robbins brings him down, and Stephen Covey. He brought down the fundamentals or tenets of logotherapy. His liberating theory that man's primary drive is in neither pleasure nor power, but rather his desire for meaning. His magnum opus of Frankl's rights, yeah? And, we've got all the sources here, but you can go check it out. Page 165, Stirrings of Redemption is the name of the chapter in this wonderful book. Yeah, the story of our lives. To be sure, human being is a finite thing, and his freedom is restricted. It is not a freedom from conditions, but it is a freedom to take stand. Yeah, we have to take a stand towards the conditions. As I once put it, as a professor in 2 fields, neurology, psychiatry, I'm fully aware of the extent to which man is subject to biological, psychological, sociological conditions. But in addition to being a professor in 2 fields, I'm a survivor of 4 camps, of the concentration camps, that is. And as such, I also bear witness to the unexpected extent to which man is capable of defying and braving even the worst conditions conceivable. Man's Search for Meaning, page 132. There we go, there's the source. So all of us have the ability to fight this corona madness. We all have ability to stand up against government control. We have ability to stand up to the fake media that's being produced en masse by AI and people with agenda. We have the power to stand up. This is a year of truth, of emes. It's a year of redemption. Here, this chapter is called Stirring of Redemptions. Tafshin Pei Daled is pod. Pei Daled is pigeon nefesh. The idea of poda your soul. How are you going to poda redeem your soul? Connect yourself to Tzaddikim, connect yourself to emes, to truth, to the ability to stand up against all the lies, all the hatred, the evil that exists. This is what we're here for. We can't just stay in our little bubble and think everything's going to be okay. If you look at the whole Nusach of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, we're praying for the fear, the truth, awareness should be upon all the nations. Shouldn't just be a prayer for your own panasa, your own podcast, or whatever you're trying to do. It should be a prayer for all of humanity, united souls. And so I put out this extracts. So all of you, and eventually please got a book. Once again, you can invest in that as well. The idea, once again, anyone wants to reach out, links in the description. I got beautiful Unity bookings opportunities. I'm hoping to do something with Brockler Jaffe and a whole host of amazing, talented people. I'm still waiting back on that to be confirmed. But the idea of there's so much talent, there's so much ability. Asaf Horosh, I love listening to his music. There's so many amazing speakers, thank God, that I'm slowly talking to, and including Yaakov Klein when he does his tour for America. I'd like to help him assist with that. But the idea is, Bocha Lecha Mokum, says the princess. That's back to the story of Rabbi Nachman. Says Yaakov Klein, take refuge in your ever-present ability to exercise the willpower necessary to alter the course of your existence. You utilize this inner strength to take a stand against the winds of the world, which ceaselessly seek to uproot your sense of identity and establish your place. Stand up, Stake your claim, as Bob Marley said, get up, stand up for your rights. Dum-dums, get up, stand up, give up Torah light. He never said that, Bob. I might need it. This is who I am, and this is what I stand for. My realization of the abiding ability to choose life along my journey, and my belief in the Hamokim. Who's a Mokim? Shem Yisbarach, the King, the Creator. Love for me and his confidence. Avinu Malkein, as we said. His confidence in my ultimate success combined to form a powerful mission statement. And we're going to get to that next. That's coming after the proactiveness. We're going to get into the concept of building a mission statement, the end in mind. That's our next coming focus with the B'nai Akiva boys, and also what we're going to do here on our weekly podcast. See, I'm doing this Wonderful Wednesday. Even with all the infrastructure issues, I'm making it happen. It says here, full mission statement that guides my daily life. I can make the right choices. I can begin again. As for the very first time, I can rectify the many years spent surviving a meaningless existence and redeem the lost princess of youthful wonder. I can truly begin to live my life to the fullest. Time is the next point, he says, and remain there for a full year. Yes, we got a new year, a whole full year coming. After establishing this place of identity, viceroys remain there for a limited amount of time, a full year. One has used the deep-rooted confidence of the inner tzaddik. The inner tzaddik is the neshama, the soul, the soul level. To attain tranquility, health, confidence, stability, you must now maintain a position for this specific unit of time. Only after maintaining a level of health for 12 months, each with his own energy, the roller coaster ride of the 4 seasons and all of the various holidays, can a person produce with the certainty that he has truly discovered an island of safety in an unstable world. In the next chapter, we will explore so he's going to talk about the lost princess. So now, what did he learn for this chapter? And this is connected to being proactive. Page 167 in Stirrings of Redemption. Let's read it. In order for the spiritual healing process to begin, we must believe wholeheartedly that Hashem yearns for our return as pain over as that whole Elul. So we've been doing Tshuva, hopefully. Well, we did Tshuva over there in London, hopefully. Tshuva, we returned all the different energies over there. Yes, Zalmi, hello. Love you. Okay, where are we? A basic process for freeing the lost princess is the discovery of one's place in the world. A strong sense of identity and stability founded in what? Upon a resolve to change and grow. We have to choose. Be proactive, guys. Happy New Year. You want a happy new you? Happy true you? You want to really be blessed this new year? Choose. All of us, guys and girls, choose. The 2 elements that enable one to begin finding his place in the world. The awareness of Hashem's unconditional love, Avinu, and belief in our ability to succeed, Malkeinu, and the ever-present ability to make the right choice in life. It takes a full year for lasting spiritual transformation to take place. Perfect. Just to begin the new year. Okay, so amazing. I'm going to keep that bookmarked, and hopefully we'll get into the mission statement concept. I'll have a look over here if he gets into it more, because that's going to be our next talk together. Keeping the end in mind, having a larger picture, larger goals, reminding us that we are on a mission. We're not in this world whatever. We're on a mission. We have a purpose. Our soul was put down here for something very high, very meaningful, very deep, very, very empowering, very world-changing. We have it within. And no matter what the obstacles are, the technical obstacles right now, the fact that I'm in this situation where I'm no longer in the studio and I have to do it myself with all this fun, loving equipment in my home in the heat of the day in the Holy Land, Baruch Hashem, we have to realize that we have the ability, no matter what, to do our mission. It will happen. Just keep going, keep believing, keep strong, and keep praying. This is the time now to really put your energy into tefillahs, especially slichot, especially during the shofars, to have that deep feeling, that deep connection of soul, and want good for humanity, to want good for your family, good for the ones you love, to want the united soul experience to manifest. We should have unity on this earth. We should have the soul level start to shine out from people, start to connect in more and more. I said to someone, I had a conversation with different people while I was in London. One of the conversations was how to focus on the soul. How do you do it? Someone who works he's actually a head of an organization there in London. I want to say which, but he was there. Why not? I'll say Aish. So the head of one of the Aish rabbis' heads over there. And I was saying the idea of empowering your people that come to your organization or trying to outreach to, it's all about focusing on the soul level. He's like, how do you deal with like the nightclubs and all the places? And, some of the scenarios are not ideal for the soul. So the idea is you have to really remind yourself and learn and keep growing on a soulful level. We have all these tools. We have Rosh Hashanah, we have Yom Kippur, we have Sukkot, we have times of soul, we have Shabbos. This year Shabbos is the key to the game, to disconnect, to reconnect. I was explaining it to people. I have that weekly ability, and it's something even in all of the general world has understood the need now to have a little bit of a break from all this stuff, to disconnect and then to reconnect to the soul level, to the energy within, that inner sadik, that inner light. And that will empower your relationships. It will empower your business. It will bring blessing to everything. And it's just about us really internalizing it. Even the coming Shabbos after this, Shabbos Shuvah, we're going to talk about Hazina. We're going to talk about the song, the ability to sing and connect on a soulful singing way, like through music, through all the artists that put all these amazing role models and souls. Connect to those kind of people. Connect to their music. There's a choice. You choose on Spotify which playlist to go to. You choose on YouTube which video to watch. It's up to you to make the right choice and to spiritualize the internet, spiritualize our experience daily. It's up to us, even on the high level, to turn off all these things and to learn Torah with a sefer, with a book. Would you believe it? We can learn Daf Yomi, even without Rav Eli Stefanski. We can just open up the book and start toiling away in the Torah. Not that I'm up on that level personally, but I use those videos. They're very helpful. Either way, the point is all of us have that power to really make a difference daily. It's just up to us to believe. So I'm blessing everyone and wishing everyone the renewed energy of self-belief and to not allow the daily grind of Tafshin Pei Gimel, that was a difficult, challenging year for many, including myself, to not allow it to diminish our purpose, our mission. We all have it within to succeed. Every one of us can do this. So I really feel obliged as a Kohen, as someone who's made a lot of hopefully right choices in my life, to help empower us to be proactive and blessed, of a happy year, and to be able to dance this year with our full soul presence, with our full energy, with our full mental well-being, our full health, to be saved from all that stuff that we've, God forbid, that we were praying throughout the last 2 years to never have it return. It should never return. The Corona story should be able to be with family, should be able to go to our workplace and feel healthy and safe, to be able to smile at another Jew, to see their smile, and smile at another human, to see their smile, to see their soul shine through their face. There's the place where the soul shines through, and to be able to give with our hands in person, to shake hands, to hug, to sing, dance, to connect with humanity in the fullest way so that we can elevate the whole experience. And please God, we'll be dancing in this Torah this year, so this Torah in full human presence. Please God, we'll be dancing in the Beis Hamikdash with all of the souls of humanity together, singing the final song, Amen, Amen. And I'm very excited to be made it through this class because I really didn't feel up to it. But that make it happen. Let's do it.